Hi everyone. Good afternoon, happy Sunday. How is everyone doing? Welcome one, welcome all, welcome everyone. We have one more minute and it will officially be time for us to kickstart this series. I am so excited to be here. I'll introduce myself in exactly 1 minute. All right, cool. So my name is Tobe. Welcome everyone to the Her Network Chats and Cocktails in Conversations with Her. This series is going to be going on every Sunday from today, and it's going to be at the same time, 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. EST, 12 noon CST, wherever it is that you're tuning in from. We cannot wait to go on this journey with you, bring you all of these amazing women that we will be talking to and chatting with and just getting to know and getting to understand their journeys, and hopefully stories and bits and pieces of their journeys can help us as we grow in ours. You know, this is what Her Network is all about, right? Empowering you, empowering me, helping us grow together in this community of amazing, beautiful women and queens. We are kickstarting this series today with a beautiful and amazing woman that I've never met before, so I'm very excited to get to meet her as well. I think that she will be with me very soon, so I'm going to go on and try to add her in here so that we can have her go live with us. My guest is Coach Laura Liles. I'll go ahead and introduce her properly, and then we can have this really amazing conversation. Coach Laura, can you hear me? Well, while she's coming on to join us, I'll tell you a little bit about her. I was actually watching a few videos from her this morning, and oh my, she has such a beautiful story to share with us. She is the founder of House of Her Coaching Academy. She's also a psychologist in training and an award-winning entrepreneur, and she is very passionate about helping women connect with their higher purpose and reach their full potential. In one of the videos that I watched, she's got this goal of helping 1 million women across the globe reach their higher purpose, know themselves a whole lot better, and just be the fullest version of themselves. In one of her interviews, there was a conversation about how she had worked with this lady who had been having some situations and issues with getting things to work out with her ex-husband and with her child. All right, here, I think she sent me a request. I'm going to, okay, so I think I'm going to have her on very soon. Right, it's connecting.
Hey,
Hello, Laura. Hi, how are you?
good to see you. I've heard some great things about you.
Same here. Good to see you too. You look really beautiful. I like the hat.
Thank you. Thank you. Right back at you. So do you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So it's great to have you here. Thank you for kickstarting this series with us. What we like to do with this series is to have women like you share with us and, talk with us through different things and your
Mm,
story in particular, so that your story can help other women who are on here, and even men, really anyone who's tuned in,
yes. Yeah.
connect better with themselves and live better the sort of life that they really want to live. And
Yeah.
we're talking about living on purpose today, and I did some research on you. It was really exciting to get to know you online. I watched an interview. I watched one of your interviews, and listening to your story, I was completely moved. But before we go into that, um, tell us about who you are. I tried to introduce you, but I'm sure there's a whole lot more to you. So tell us, who is Laura?
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Coach Laura Liles. I'm a spiritual teacher and life coach from London, UK. I'm the founder of House of Her Coaching Academy. House of Her is our online coaching academy. I'm able to coach women from all around the world. And people may look at me today as, a successful woman, but I want women to know that I've been in a place where it wasn't always good for me. I never believed in myself. I never had much. I lost my home and my marriage, and I'm sure we might touch upon that. But, I've had to really practice everything I'm teaching these women. to become who I am today. So yes, I am coaching women from all around the world. I'm so grateful. I can see my House of Her Queens on here now, and we're just excited about what the new possibility of helping women break through limiting beliefs, and like you said, men as well.
Yeah.
Men do follow the teachings and learn so much. So everyone, it is
Yeah,
everyone at the end.
yeah, that is true. And really, I mean, when you empower women, you empower the men in her life as well, right? It's that
Yeah,
sort of cyclical effect that goes on. So it's a beautiful thing that you're doing.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
that journey been like for you, though, with getting House of Her Academy started? And what's your journey just through that?
Well, it started off with myself. I needed to help myself. Went through a tough time in my life. My confidence was knocked. Everything was pushed down. So I had to really build up myself. When I built myself up, because I believe you have to get to a space where you feel good, right? Before you can
Mm,
help anyone else. So I had to build myself up. And then I went to start House of Her Coaching Academy. Many women were asking for coaching and guidance and support. And I was doing a lot of one-on-one coaching. I was doing a lot of one-on-one, but then it got to like 25 women. And I was like, no, 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 I can't do all this. So I said, let me do group coaching, because I've studied group coaching and the benefits. Plus we can build a community. So
mm.
it was something that was created naturally. It's not like I was, at home thinking I'm going to create this big vision of House of Her. No, it was something that was created organically because I could see what the people needed and how to use my time the best way possible to help everyone, as many people as possible.
That's
Yeah.
really beautiful when you kind of experience an organic growth in something that you just
Mhm.
start, and it
Yeah.
grows into this other big thing. I watched in one of your interviews when you said that your goal is to help 1 million women, and I
Yeah.
found that to be really amazing. How is that going right now? How's that going with that count?
Yeah, I mean, we've been able to help like last year we had thousands of people come on one of our programs that we have. Our House of Her Coaching Academy is what we're building. And, I've had to hire a new team. We've had team members help. But I said, I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. So the goal of 1 million is huge. I
Yeah.
believe it will be done. And we're just looking for the right women to partner with, to collaborate with, to make it happen. So it's a big goal. I
Yeah.
realize it is a big goal. I know I cannot do it alone, and I'm not trying to do it alone. We're looking for powerful women that can be a part of the movement too. So we're
That,
excited
that's
about that.
that's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you and good luck with that. Like
Thank you.
I'm sure women who listen to you today would probably just want to jump in and be a part of that success story.
That's
So
good.
I mean the whole world is in the pandemic era
Oh.
right now. Like we're all
Mhm.
learning new things and figuring out life and figuring out how to
Mhm.
make life work for us. And it's been interesting. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people have found
Mhm.
themselves in situations where they really no longer know who they are, right? Do you do you have any sort of experiences, personal or stuff with people that you've been working with on ways that the coronavirus has impacted people directly? And what would you
Mhm.
consider the right tools and the right mindset to help us figure out this time and prepare ourselves for the next era that's coming?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, definitely some women in our coaching academy have been affected with job loss and everything. But I think in House of Her, we've trained the mindset on how to use every situation as a tool to progress
Mm,
to the next level. Now, that doesn't mean all the time you're going to be happy. Like we're going through stuff right now as people. It doesn't mean every time you're going to be happy and feel good, but it's to take what's going on and think, how can we provide a solution? How can we make this work? So I've seen a lot of women that have just been connected to me, birth new businesses in this time,
mm,
just do great, great things. They've been able to really just elevate. I think a lot of people have had time as well to do things. Personally, we weren't affected. I wasn't affected from the coronavirus. I think I was just worried about my family and, vulnerable family. So it was just mentally
yeah.
getting strong for that, being there for my family members, my mom who's not really 100% well. That was tough, but yeah, House of Her was just growing, and I'm just excited about just helping women get more mentally tough, because life is going to happen. So many things. I mean, what's going on social media right now, so many different things are happening, and we just need to develop our mindset so we can be strong to stand together and to be able to elevate to the next level. Hmm.
So how would you recommend that a person, goes on that journey to strengthening their mindset? Because a lot of people right now, especially in
this period, even beyond this period, they get hit by a negative situation and it just feels like everything comes crashing down. And sometimes that is the reality, right? But then there are other times when things don't exactly come crashing down, but because of the way that we perceive it, it feels
Mm,
heavier than it actually is.
right,
So
right.
how would you recommend that a person could start helping themselves to build that
Mhm.
mental restraint?
Awesome, awesome. So what we do is I teach a four-step process in House of Her. It's very
Mm-hmm.
simple. And I believe that everyone, no matter what you're dealing with, if you go through this four-step process, you will find more strength. And the first step is to reveal where you are. I feel in order to change, to get through anything, you have to know where you are. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You have to be real with where you are. I know people think I'm a motivational speaker and I'm just going to be like, yeah, believe in yourself. Everything's great. No, it's not that. You know, sometimes you have to say, I'm a mess. I
Mm.
don't feel good. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. That's the revealing stage, to get clear on where you are. Then the second stage is to release. Get rid of all of that. We don't want to carry that. We want to acknowledge that's where we are and to just release all of that, right? Then the third stage is to repair, House of Her, yeah, to repair those wounds, to repair those hurts, those things that we've been living in. And the fourth step is to renew, to create
Mm.
something new. So those are the four steps that we go through, and I teach it in depth. And women go through that process and start building themselves up again. And I feel if we just have that, you can get through anything.
I
Yeah.
would definitely agree, especially with the part where you talk about the first step, the revealing step.
Feel.
Um, it could be difficult sometimes to look
Mm,
yourself in the mirror and say, this is my reality and my
yeah,
reality sucks.
yeah, yeah,
We have that difficulty.
yeah.
But, for these steps, like the four steps you use in your coaching process. But
Mhm.
in these steps, which ones do you find to be the most difficult for a person to embrace and actually practice?
The reveal, like you
Yeah,
said.
I
Yeah,
thought as
it's
much.
horrible. You don't want to look at yourself and say, "Oh, I've been ugly,
Yeah,
made
yeah.
mistakes, I hurt someone," or you don't want to do that. And
Hmm.
that is the hardest thing. I've noticed that people don't want to, because as well, we've been pretending for so long. We've put on these coping mechanisms for so
Mm.
long. We kind of forget how we really feel. Everyone's putting on this facade and saying, "I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm fine," and
Yeah.
no, you're not. So that is the hardest step I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then I want to talk a little bit about the renew step, right? Because I have been on a journey for maybe what 2 years now. Just that it's that same thing that starts with you looking yourself in the mirror and going like something has to change, right? And then you
Yes.
start to make those changes. And
Yeah.
then when you get to that place where you're trying to renew and sort of create a new life for yourself, would you really call it creating a new life, or would it be going back to what your original self really is? What's that dynamic in
Good
there?
question. Good question. It's a bit of both.
Hmm.
Who we are at the core is abundance, I believe, is powerful. But then when we renew, we have to get back to where you are, then create a new reality.
Gotcha.
So it's both. I think it's both. It's like getting back to the core of who you are, the essence, the power that I believe God created us to be, and then creating a new world. What do you want that world to look like? So yeah, it's both, I think.
Right. Okay. That definitely makes sense. So, you describe yourself as a spiritual coach. What's that part of your coaching like?
Yeah, I mean, people say, what do I do? Like, what does that mean, right? It just means I'm a God-fearing woman. I've studied psychology, but also I studied the Bible, the Word. So I merged the two together. And it's not just in psychology, there was no God. And I don't
Right.
believe I could get through without him. So it's like God is at the forefront. I mean, I'm not a pastor or anything,
Yeah.
but we do heavily rely on, the word as
Yeah.
well. So I think women on their spiritual side as well, whereas the psychology is about the mental, the emotional, and all of that.
Yeah. There's something I like to say is sort of look at your life through the lens of the Bible, look at your life through the lens of the
Mhm.
highest possible standard of moral
Yeah,
good. And if you're
yeah,
able to do that, then, you most likely
yeah.
are working on a right path, I would say.
Yes,
So yeah, that
yes.
definitely makes sense. I was wondering if you could share with us some experience that you've had, whether in your personal life or with one of your, well, what do you call the people that you coach? Would they be your mentees? How would you
No, I don't know. They're my family. They're like my, I don't know. It's just like House of Her women. They're like my sisters. I know I'm their coach, but I don't call them mentees or customers. I think that we're just family. We're a
Yeah,
sisterhood.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So like if you've got an experience with them or something that they had, just something where a person, a real person went from a tough place and went through the steps, revealed, released, repaired, and had a
Mm,
whole renewal. Like tell us a bit about that experience.
good. I like that question. You know, I feel one of the best things that we've been able to do through House of Her with women, and a majority I can speak for, is, you know, may come in and not be speaking to family members, you
Hmm.
know, or had like a tough situation. And I always say to them, you feel that you can block off family members and think, but and you think it's not reflecting what you're trying to do in the world. So we've had people be able to reconnect with parents and siblings that they haven't spoken to for years. And that to me is everything. So when they do that, their foundation is back at where it needs to be. And then they can start creating. So I've seen them come in, not be talking to family members. We call it clean up with them, create peace with them, and then you see their businesses going on. You see their businesses. One of the stories I love is one of my staff members, Francesca. She started off as a House of Her member. She came in, she didn't want to be a part of this, what we were doing, because she felt she didn't feel confident enough. And you know, a couple of years later, she was working in House of Her. She had gone through the curriculum, started her music school, and was working in House of Her to help women back. And this was someone that just wanted to run away. This was someone that didn't want to be a part, because she was like, these women are so great and powerful. She doesn't fit in. And now she's owning her stuff. That to me is just everything.
That is beautiful. That is very beautiful to hear. And I like something that you said with, going back to repair the family relationships. And I was wondering if you
Yeah.
could speak a bit more to the value of
Mm.
that relationship and that community, because a lot of, there's some motivational speakers that I listen to, right? And they say things like, you got to do you, you got to do you. Like, even if your family's saying no, go at, you could shut your family out, go do what you need to do. And I mean, sometimes, depending on the sort of family you're coming from, that might be true. But I think that there is a sort of need to emphasize the value of that family relationship. And it seems like that's something you care about.
Yeah, I care about that. I say if, you know, parents, siblings, aunties, uncles, we can't have any disharmony there. We may think we can live without them and be at, I'm cutting off that person. You don't know what they've done to me. But one of the
Mm,
things I think is when I really sit down with a woman and I hear what's happened, I just hear misunderstanding. I
right.
hear understanding, and that's the conversation we don't have, because we live in a society where we just block people and just, oh
Cancel
no, I'm not
culture.
speaking to that person. Yeah, it's like I'm not speaking to that person again. I'm like, no, let's just listen, because you know what happened one time? I was coaching two different people that were at in argument, and I understood both sides, and I was like, there's just a miscommunication here. You know what I mean? You felt
Yeah.
she did it because of your core values were triggered. So what
Hmm.
we help women to do is really just like, let's just look at how have we been being? How can we take responsibility and rebuild that relationship? Because if you can argue with your mom, you're going to argue with me. You're going to argue with different women.
Yeah.
We can't. Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely, for me, I think that having that sort of harmony, or maybe let's not even call it harmony, just having that peace where you
Mhm.
know that even though this person is different from you, they're your family and you're going to love them regardless. I
Yes.
think that sort of sets the foundation for how you move forward with other relationships, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's it's very easy to come across people who are totally different from you in everything that they
Every
believe
way
in.
possible.
And you
Yeah.
have to cope with that. You have to work
Yeah.
with that. That is
Yeah.
the world that we live in. So I really like that.
Mm.
I was wondering, do you have like I think they're called words of affirmations, right? Words
Mhm.
that resonate with you that, you know, you just wake up and you're like, okay, yeah, this is the word. Because of this word, I'm going to wake up every day and I'm going to show up. Do you have any such word or phrase or quote?
Yeah, I think one of the scriptures I believe is like, I can do all things through Christ.
Mm.
And I think that's my wake up every day. I have it on my wall. I could do all things through Christ. And I just feel empowered. I just feel like I can. And at the end of the day, I just feel like God for me is the only person that can take me through anything. And I say to the women as well, I may be telling you things, but at the end of the day, God is the only one that can move us through. And he's the one. I'm not really giving them anything. It's
Right.
already been given to them. But I may just be
Mm.
the person to just help them acknowledge what's already been there. So we can do all things. Yeah.
That is beautiful that you say that. I like that you say, you know, it's already there, because a lot of
Mm,
people feel so despondent and just feel really
yeah.
dark in their lives, and they're not
Yeah.
able to recognize that they already have the gifts that they
Yeah.
need, right?
Yes.
So in your experience, I'm sure that you've dealt with people who are at different spectrums of their confidence journey, of their
Yeah.
self-discovery journey. There's those who,
Mm,
you know, just need a little nudge, and then there are others who you literally need to dig up from the
mm,
hole that they might find themselves in.
mm.
What's the toughest sort of situation? I mean, if you can share details, great, but if you can't, but what's the toughest sort of situation you found yourself in where you felt like you were being pulled down instead of, you know, you pulling someone else up?
Yeah, I mean, with coaching, I think sometimes people
Hmm.
forget that we're human, you
Right.
know? They feel like we should be 100% fine all the time. House of Her women know that. They're very in tune and in alignment with that. I think it's just sometimes on social media when you're trying to help, and at the beginning, sometimes it wasn't taken as such. So it's easy for people to go on social media and say what they want to say. So for me as a coach, it's been tough in that aspect, but then I've had to grow through that and just be like, I
Mm.
have to see that person with love. It doesn't matter what they say, it's
Right.
not
Mm.
personal. They're going through something. And it's been amazing that the people that have said things that are not, not very nice, a lot of them have come back and said, you know what, I was in a dark space at that time.
That's great.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I never fight back or attack back. I just have to deal with it. I have to deal with it, and I know they'll be back, and it's a growing journey.
That definitely says a lot about you, because, you know, like you said, you're human, right? And it's very
Mm,
easy to get into that space where you tell yourself, listen, I'm trying to help you and you're knocking me. This is not going to work,
right.
right? So that definitely does say a lot about you.
Mm,
I was watching, I told you I spent some time watching interviews and videos of you. So I was watching an interview where you talked about, you know, your home loss and your divorce,
mm.
and how all of that impacted you. Tell us a bit about that story starting out.
Yeah, that was a journey. That was a journey. It was like I don't remember the dates now. 8 years ago or so.
Oh, wow.
Went lost everything. Before I was a coach, before I was doing all of this, I lost everything, my home and my marriage. And that, when you're in that space, you don't know who you are. Well, I didn't know who I was. I'd lost my identity as a woman,
Mm.
my belief in God. I lost everything. I had mustard seed faith, and that's all you need,
Yep.
right? But I'd
Yep.
lost all the faith, the real, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I had my sister. I had my sister with me, by my side for the whole time. It was tough, and
Mhm.
that's why I'm saying, like, I was so negative. Like, I would judge people, so I know what women are going through. When you're not in a good space, you're going to be like that towards other people.
Yeah.
But it was tough. I had to build myself back up. I did a car boot sale where you pack up your car with like things in your home and you sell it. I had to do that to make money, to go to the United States to spend time with my mentors and just learn. And I was able to get out of that space. I was able to get out of that space. And from that, I was like, anything is possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything is possible. And we just have to be that force to believe and create the vision and hold the vision.
And
Yeah.
really just be open to receive, because you mentioned, you know, spending time with your mentor, right?
Mm,
And so there's a lot of value in mentorship, I would say.
yeah.
Can you speak a little bit to that? what's it like working with a
Yeah,
mentor, and then in your case being a coach and a mentor as well, so you're kind of like in the middle doing this taking and then giving.
yeah, yeah.
What's that value and balance for you?
Yeah, I think everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a mentor because they can see things that you can't see. You know, you're to me, it's like everyone's walking around being how they're being, and you're bumping into walls, you're
Mm,
creating mistakes, you're making mess. But a mentor is just someone that can just look down and see, oh, this
mm,
is what you're doing. So my mentors helped me, and I still have mentors to this day, because it's like, no, this is constant correction and
right.
constant elevation. It's not like, oh, you're a coach, hey, your life's perfect. No, I don't think that's not the goal anyway. It's a journey of constant correction, having
Mm,
someone to keep on showing you how you're being and help you to improve your results as well in relationships, in life, in health, in finances, constantly allowing having someone to just pull you up, because we all make mistakes, you know, we all need someone to pull us up, be like, hey, that's not cool, or try doing this next time. They speed up the journey.
absolutely, I agree with that. How would you suggest a person goes about picking a mentor? Because sometimes that's the issue,
Mm.
right? You don't know, you need help, you need a coach, you need a mentor. How do you decide who you're going to work with? And how do you build that um initial confidence? Because I mean, from where I stand, I think that when you need a mentor, you're the one who takes the step, right? A
Yeah,
mentor isn't going
yes,
to that's right. So
right, right,
how do you build that initial confidence to knock on that door to say, hey, I need help, help me, be my mentor, be my coach?
right. I think you have to be willing. I don't coach anyone that's not willing.
Mm,
Like, you have to be willing. And I think you get to the point. There's two places that people move from: inspiration or desperation.
mm,
Some people are just inspired. I just want to improve my life, and they see a mentor. Or it could be desperation. Oh, my life is so bad, I need help. But you have to be willing. Whenever I had a mentor or reached out to someone, I was willing. I allowed life to get desperate, but I was like, I need help. I was coachable, I listened, and I followed. So if you're not ready, you won't reach out. And
mm.
that's okay. That's okay. I've had people saying, Laura, I've been watching you for years, and now they're only reaching out. But I feel like there's always the right time, and it's
Yeah.
everyone's individual journey. Because if you've got resistance to coaching, and I tell you what to do, because my coaching is not like, I'm not like, hey, let's smile. I'm like, no, look how you're being. Like, I'm quite full on, right? You have to be ready for that.
Yeah,
Be
there's this
ready for that.
saying that goes, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So it really is that sort of dynamic,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then let's speak a bit about building the relationship. I have had situations where it feels like, okay, I'm working with a mentor, but there's a but. There's just that thing where I'm not really sure how much is too much. I'm not sure, where the conversations can go. How do you build that trust while setting boundaries,
Mm.
and just knowing how far to go in your coaching relationship and how to manage that coaching relationship?
I love it. I studied counseling as well,
Ah,
and they taught us about boundaries and, everything. So yeah, I've learned a lot in that. So I know about my boundaries. I know, personal, you know, I say to my ladies, like, I'm not here to be your friend per se. I love you. I've got you, but your friend will listen to you and share their stuff with you. But I'm here to be their
mm,
coach, because I want them to elevate to where they need to go. So I just have my boundaries from what I've learned in counseling, um, not sharing, like, yes, I share my life with them. I share things of my life with them, but I can't enroll into their story. I can't have them enroll into my life and be
mhm.
like, oh, the other day, that's what we do with our friends. So
Yes.
boundaries is so important. When I first started, though, I didn't have that. I wasn't really good with my boundaries. Like, everyone had my phone number. Anyone could call me at any time of the day. No, it was just like absolutely all over the place. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. So
Yeah.
you grow as well as a coach. You grow as a coach.
Right. That
And
was going to be my next thing, right?
yeah,
As working with all of these people, how has that impacted you and your growth and helped you, elevate to a different place. Because if you want to help people grow, you need to grow to make sure that you
Yeah,
constantly are a full cup to pour into them. How is that
yeah,
working for you? And, what's that journey like?
yeah. It's amazing seeing them grow. It's helping me grow, but I always make sure that I have personal development myself
Mm-hmm.
because things are changing so much. The world is moving so fast. I need to make sure that I'm constantly growing because if I'm not growing, they're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
it they're gonna feel it. And I want to make sure that I set the bar because as what I've seen with the
Mm.
coaching community, we've had people in our coaching community for 2 years, coming up to their 2 year in August. We only started 2 years in August, and I've seen that they've just grown, and we've all just grown together. It's amazing to see. So I need to keep on educating myself. I need to keep on doing my work, and then I can be of better service to everyone in the community or whoever I coach. Just keep on growing, keep on searching, keep on doing everything you can do, and don't
Yeah.
stop. Don't
Yeah.
stop.
I
Hmm.
agree. All right, so we are at the 30-minute mark, and so
Ah,
we're going to have to be wrapping this up pretty soon. But I,
oh,
I do have a final thought that I'd like to get from you. I'm going to give you a word, and it's a word that I'm sure you resonate with as well. And I would like you to create a sort of quote or an inspirational sentence from it,
oh,
something that the
nice,
people who are tuned in can take with them and run with for the rest of the
nice.
week, the month.
Yeah.
The word I have is worth.
Hmm. So I would say to everyone, you are worthy, you are whole, you are complete. You don't need anything outside of yourself to be great. God has already given you everything you need. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It
Thank
has
you.
been
Thank you.
really beautiful talking to you, and thank you for kickstarting the series. I feel like you have set the tone for the next couple of weeks, and it's going
Oh,
to
bless
be a beautiful series. Thank you so much, Coach
you.
Laura. Have a beautiful afternoon.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much. Take care.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us on the first episode of Chats and Cocktails here on the Horror Network online live channel. This video is going to be on IGTV. It's going to be on YouTube as well, so you can watch the replay. We're going to have more guests coming in every Sunday at the exact same time, 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. EST, and 12 noon CST. So do join us next week, Sunday, in conversation with her. My name is Tobe Nneji. I cannot wait to see you at the next episode. Bye for now.